around with the rhythm, it's a sound. Everybody get down when we give it to you.
Would you care for me? Would you care for me? Oh.
Hold tight, I'll be here with you all night. My mind, I'm getting lost in your eyes.
Leo, hello everybody, I'm Dick Nice But Thick. How are you doing? We're just about to do your tarot reading. How are you, Leo? Someone here I keep hearing has a thick dick, or has a dick on their mind, or like I just keep thinking about Richard or Rachel or Rashad, Evans or Barry, but I just keep thinking about someone's dick. So good for you, Leo. Someone could be getting dick or just thinking about a metaphysical one. I don't know, but I'm definitely hearing a Harry swoosh whoosh wish. So it might be like a wishing on a star. I'm wishing on a star. Wherever you are. There's a song, Paul Weller, actually, Studio 47. I prefer his rendition of that, actually. But yeah, I'm wishing on a star. So it might have something to do around an Aquarian or Leo. Okay. Either, okay, but I'm definitely picking up like I'm wishing on a star and I'm thinking of your dick. So someone's thinking phallically about someone. Now, whether this is in a partnership, a metaphysical one, or someone that's just fantasizing. Okay, I'm hearing baby D, or like let me be your fantasy, or let me be your plaything, or something like that. Like I want to play with your dingaling. Someone has got dingalings and dicks all on their mind, and I really don't, like I said, man, is people can think about what they want, right? I don't know whether these are private thoughts or a private eye or a private dick. I really don't know, but like privately, okay, could be a Scorpio, okay, or an Aries, but privately, because that would be a private eye, because like it's private, okay. Scorpio would mean private, okay. Could also be something to do around a Libra, okay, because I would see something that isn't been disclosed, okay, and I'm kind of thinking, but I'm not asking or looking, but I want to look, but should I? And it's a little bit like this, oh, I'm trying to, like, if you can just uncover that a little bit more, I can probably see something that you've got. So just like, you know, just it's a little bit like a peep show. Like I'm trying to get you to have a peep at something, and I like, look, I want to show you something. You're like, all right, okay. And you're like, oh yeah, no, if you could just like. So what you guys have got going on, I don't know, but like I said, like I said, when I do readings, it's Aquarian or Leo, because I do 8, so I read in numerology. So sometimes people can think, well, that really doesn't relate to me, but it does from an Aquarian or maybe a Leo point of view. But whichever way it is, someone has definitely got dick on their mind, okay? That's definitely what I'm hearing. Like a private detective, like a private peep show. Like I'm going to give you a peep show, but it has to stay private. Like it can't, like, you know, something like that. And if it isn't private, then it's kind of like privates. And I'm constantly thinking of your privates all the time, okay? Your private eye. Okay, so it might be someone with 1 eye or 2 eyes or 3 eyes. They might have 3 eyes. If they've got 3, it might be something to do around a life path 3 or a Piscean. Okay, but yeah, I'm thinking of your 3rd eye all of the time. So which eye that is? I mean, sometimes you can have 4 eyes, so that would be unless you got glasses, or the person does have glasses. But like 4 eyes would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be Scorpio Aries placement somewhere. And I'm thinking of your 4th eye. So, or Jai, Gianna, Jason, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack. I'm picking up like a lot of thinking going on here, right? So whatever they are privately, they are private. I keep hearing the same. I'm privately thinking about their privates, okay? So, or I'm privately thinking about my privates all the time, and I'm constantly thinking about my privates, you know, because a private eye would also be detective, like, good morning, detective, this is Lucifer Morningstar. So it could have something to do with an Aquarian placement or Leo, okay, but I'm detecting something about my privates, that I seem to be feeling all sorts of things down in my private path. So it feels like that your sex life is definitely there, Leo, or an Aquarian or 8. But anyway, I digress. We kind of did your channel messages yesterday and I put it out this morning. So check, see what that is, because we draw you a picture and then I come out. This picture keeps coming out again. Picture, like I'm trying to pitch something to someone. I think it come up in Capricorn reading, but like I'm trying to show you something of like, I'm trying to pitch an idea. Like I've got an idea, okay, and I'm trying to pitch it to you to say, okay, what do you think about this as an idea? Okay, so it's like punting and pitching. Okay, unless your name is Pitchley, or Picture, something to do with a picture. So that would be like art, crafts, artsy type sort of stuff. Like, I've got an idea, blah, blah, blah. It's involving arts and crafts. Crafty Fox, Leo Aquarian, came up for another reading that was channeled. Guys, you've got to really catch up with my channel. Okay, if you don't know, please make sure you go and watch a lot of the other videos, because I channel as well as doing these, but it looks like I'm doing it again. Jen, Julia, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, Jack, for you, for Scorpio, Aries. That is something to do with around private eye. I mean, is it like nude photographs, like pictures, like I'm painting a model? Okay, or I'm going to paint someone's like private parts, and I go to art school, okay, and I have to draw their winky or something, okay, or like I want to show you my winky or something like that, or Kinky, Keely, Casey, Cassandra, but some kind of like, I don't know, man, these are people that are just fantasizing about some kind of like sexual gratification. Like I want sexual, I've got a sexual need and it needs scratching. Okay, and I'm thinking about private parts. You could be banging one out a lot. You could be rubbing one out. Okay, you could even be rubbing a bark. Okay, a dog or a Leo, you know. I'm also hearing a polecat pissing up someone's leg. So that's territory. So I'm picking up like that's my territory. Tara, Tanya, Tala, Tyler, Tanya, Great Britannia, someone from Britain, Brittany. I don't know. I'm picking up like a lot of phallic kind of like wanting and needing like sexual gratification. Like I need pleasuring in somehow. And it, like I said, man, it might even be where you guys are not in a relationship, and some people that are around you are looking for more of a just like a, I don't know, like a long distance type sort of like, well, at least I can get some kind of sexual gratification out of it, like something, you know. It's kind of like that. It's like, well, if I'm single and I'm not seeing anyone, blah, 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 so on and so forth, and I've kind of got someone that's up for the same thing, blah, 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 then it's kind of like, well, at least we can kind of do that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this gratification of need of something that's passionate and but kind of like, what do you call it? What's the word? Like getting caught. Like, you know, I don't want to get caught. Like, or I like, it's wrong, but somehow it feels more right doing something that's wrong. Like if we, like having sex outside or something like that, and you might get caught by someone or something like that, or being watched by someone, and like it's very like under the radar type sort of stuff, but it's kind of like devious and like, oh, this is a little bit more kinky, like something like that, right? That's what your messages are, Leo. Okay. So I think who else was it? I think it was Capricorn, I think, where it's where they're trying to get you into bed, or they want to dance on your fucking dance pole. They want to slide up and down on your dance pole. So it's kind of like this, but Gemini can also be Capricorn. So it's you gotta be aware that when I'm doing readings, okay, it's either going to really relate to you because you're thinking it or something, right? But it's relating to like Gemini reading, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarian placements type sort of four. Like this person could have like Scorpio or Aries placements somewhere, and it's relating to like thinking sexual thoughts and desire, okay, which is kind of like a Lucifer morning star, which would be like Aquarian placement and a Capricorn placement type sort of thing right here. Desire, like I'm desiring certain gratification and a need for something here, okay. Could be a metaphysical connection that a lot of you have got, and you're not actually in a relationship, but or this person isn't, and they've got like a metaphysical connection that can really like play havoc downstairs, right? Where you're kind of like, well, it's kind of like making me drip like a fuck fridge and warm, so I might as well explore the warmness, right? Or a nurse, like someone that's a nurse or dresses up as a nurse's outfit, something like that, or puts on outfits, like changes their clothes and or takes them off or put them on, I don't know. But changing clothes, something like that. Sal. But like Clayton, Eric Clapton. Where's that coming through? Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? So that was about when he lost his child. Eric Clapton, when his child died. So, or Diane, Dana, Danielle, Danny. I don't know, there's this energy here, maybe around a Cancerian, okay? And there is something like deceased loved one that seems to be coming up here, like a deceased loved one. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? So it could be like a mother, father, daughter or son or something like that, and would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Okay, so I'm just kind of picking up on someone that might be grieving at this time because they've just physically lost a person. Okay, picking up Pucci Pula, Piscean, maybe a Piscean 3. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Well, I'm going cold, so there's a deceased loved one here. Okay. Ear. Ernie. Ernest. Ear. Do they like Earwaker? Earwaker? I know someone that's called Earwaker. It's a long time ago. Earwaker. So, like, I don't know if there was something to do with someone's ear, or they were called Ernie, or Bernie, or Brian, or Ernest, or like E. Something like that. Okay, E-R. Okay, E-I-E-I-O. So did they have something to do around like horses, sheep, and like a farm? Okay. But then I'm also hearing Eli, or Isla, or Eli. Someone from Ely. Okay, or the name Lee, or Leanne, or Lisa, or Laura. Eli. Liar, pants on fire. I think I said that in your actual reading. I'm looking at it now. It says liar. Oh my God, liar. Everything is undercover or under the radar. Okay. So raiders. So it's something cross comparison of like, I don't know, because when I channel, I can't look at a card and give you the basic facts, right? Felix facts. It's just a message, and it's something to do around undercover, under the radar, flying low, cloud cover, okay, or undercover, like something that isn't like, it's not above anything. It's kind of like undercover, like I'm having to do it undercover, or like I'm going under the cover. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm having to do this where it's not kosher, bruv, right? It's not chicken soup, Dave, right? It's like it's not kosher, right? If it's kosher, that means it's chicken soup, right? You can't beat chicken soup when it's kosher. It's like it's kosher, bro, right? Unless it is kosher. I do know a person that died that it was called kosher. Okay, so there is a deceased loved one here, but like, you know, in Britain, if you're not from Britain and you say kosher, that means that it's like chicken soup or oxtail soup, but mainly chicken soup, right? So that it's it's above board. But if it ain't kosher, it means it's not really like, it's ducking and diving, Dave, right? It's like, well, it's not kosher. It's fell off the back of the lorry, Dave. Do you want it or don't you? And you're like, well, does it come with the speakers? And you're like, no. No, it doesn't come with the speakers. It's £200. What do you mean £200? Well, not when it's £100 it ain't, Dave. And you're like, no, listen, it ain't kosher. It's off the back of a lorry. That's why I'm offering you £200. Take it or leave it, Dave. So it's like ducking and diving a little bit, if you know what I mean, right? Or Dive, or Dave, or Davy, or Evid, or something like that. Okay, but it's like kosher is like authentic. Okay, it's authentic. It's creamy, it's thick, there's plenty of it, it's kosher. My sperm is good, right? If it ain't kosher, it's synthetic, it's not real. Okay, so put it that way. So what is thick and creamy, I don't know, but it could be shooting a lot of it, right? So you might have a squirt gun or something like that, or a totem pole. Just saying. Someone could be a good swimmer and they could be called Dave, or they got good swimmers. So, let's see. Someone's definitely watching it and going, oh, look at that. Go on. Bursting out the receipts. So you might be going through a lot of receipts. Shopping receipts. What have I bought? What have I not bought? How much is my food? Food receipts. Stuff like that going over it. It's just a general message. This is in your environment. Whatever messages they are will also be clarified, Leo. Okay, but going over receipts. How much have I spent? What food does it cost? Whatever it is that you may have bought. If you're living like month to month or week to week, it's kind of like, okay, I need to go through all of my shopping receipts to see how much I've spent. Okay? Bursting out all the receipts. Now, I've got to do that as an aquarium placement because my car got come back, but now I've actually taken it down the garage at who I trust, where that's actually going to cost me 350 quid on Thursday because I need 2 brake pads, 2 brake discs, a shock mount, and a fan belt. So, yeah, it's kind of like going through paperwork right here. Let's see. God, expensive cars, right, Leo? Any of you guys got an expensive car? Realising how much money that does cost to keep an expensive car going, right? Unless you're called Jimmy or Jim. Let's see, Leo. Anything going on in their environment that they need to be aware of, please? So, like I said, you've got bursting out the receipts for the people that are not actually watching the screen. And then you've got miserable as fuck. Oh, dear. I mean, is it a fuck buddy? And it's kind of like, well, I'm miserable because I don't have a fuck buddy. Well, your messages were saying that you possibly do have a fuck buddy. But what I can remember in some of the Capricorn readings, someone said, hell no, that is not what I want. So, like I said, if you're not seeing anybody and you've not got going anything on, like I said, there's an energy here as like, well, I'm fucking bored. So it's kind of like someone that might be boring in bed or just doesn't have anybody in bed, or a couple that go to bed but they basically fucking, it could even be your parents, but they basically go to bed and they ignore each other. And they're kind of like, you all right, Dave? Yeah, oh, God, he's fucking snoring again. Like, where's, oh, it's just... Right, so it might be that way. It's kind of like, oh, I'm miserable as fuck. I'm actually not getting any. So... I don't know, Jenny, don't be hasty, right, pasty? So it's kind of like, well, I don't want that. Tell me, you're like, oh my God, a dick. No, I don't want that. I can't help it, bruv. If that's all you've got, Jennifer, then, you know, you either take it or you leave it. But it's there on the table. So it's saying that someone is miserable as fuck in bed or out of bed or just don't have bed or ed. Okay, but I'm miserable, okay? So this has got to relate to people that are possibly single. But don't be a Pringle, bruv. Pop the Pringles, right? Stop being frigid, you know. Get it out. Have a bit of a... Listen, honestly, Dave, right? I'm telling you the truth here. You're only alive once in your goddamn life. Once in your life. Michael Jackson. You're only alive once. That's it. Once you're gone, you're fucking gone. Whether you come back or you remember it or not. So while you're here... you might as well enjoy it, because I meet so many people like, oh my God, no, I wouldn't dream of anything like that. Come on, people, right? You're alive once, okay? Look at life as like, well, I might as well stop bitching and complaining and moaning because I'm only here once, so I might as well enjoy it while I'm here, okay? That's also like people on dieting and stuff, like, I'm only here once. And what am I going to do, eat a fucking lettuce leaf my whole life? You know, just don't let yourself go like me. But like... oh, it's Christmas. Christmas time is the worst for me, and I've got to keep up on my Sixender because I've been stopping taking it because I wanted to enjoy some Christmas food, so I've got to go back on it here. But like, or I'm here Michael or Connet, okay. But miserable as fuck. Let's see. Leo. What's Leo got coming up that they need to be aware of? So, stunt on them, shit on them. So someone wants two girls and a whatever, shit on a person. Go on, shit on me, mate. Someone doesn't mind you shitting on someone here. I don't know, you could be going up the pooper. But like, I'm hearing stunt. I don't know what that means, stunt on them. Shit on them, right? So shit on them. I mean, do you want to take a shit on someone? Or are you just like, you're nothing but a shit? Okay, you're nothing but a little shit. Get away from me, a little shit. Someone's very violent with their children here. I'm just putting that one out there. Go on, you little shit, I'll give you a backhander. What would you say there for a little shit? Hello there, little shit. Someone's got something wrong with their shit. I'm just saying. Shit seems to be the main word. Now, like I said, man, grease is the word is the motion. If you haven't been putting the lotion in the basket on the pooper, and you've been going up the pooper, you might be having very slack poo. So, Winnie, okay? So, Wincy Jones, is there a same-sex relationship here? I don't know. Quincy Jones, 007, 557 Cancerian, Quincy Jones. Well, she was, I don't know, man. I keep picking up that someone's got slack poo. So, sorry if I'm coming across as offensive. I'm not. I'm just saying, see the knot. Someone's been going up the balloon knot here. I'm telling you. They've been having a party with the old balloon knots. The old chocolate starfish. Yeah, could be a starfish. Could be an Aquarian Piscean. Okay, but like someone's been going up the starfish here. I'm a starfish waiting in the sky. I'd like to come and shit on 'em, but I think it would take in my eye. It's a starfish floating in the sky. What the fuck is going on? Let's see, Leo. I'm having a laugh, Leo. We've got to have some fun, right? Because if you're just watching boring tarot readers, you come here for a laugh mainly, right? Let's see, Leo. Anything that Leo needs to be aware of? We ain't even got to the clarification yet. Oh, of course, someone's a bad girl with a tattoo. Badass tattoo. Someone's got a bad girl. Trouble. Nicknamed you. I nicknamed you Trouble. Well, that's normally with the fucking ladies with the men. Right, men? Yeah, you ain't nothing but trouble. Someone's a bad girl. That's what I'm saying. Someone's kind of like, Mama, you've been bad. Somebody wants to put Rocky Road on someone, or Rhodes Island, or Rocky, Sylvester Stallone. But like, I don't know, Trouble nicknamed you. Someone's looking for a bad girl. Like I'm saying, they're looking for a bit of like, oh, I just want like beating about a little bit, or a little bit of like rough and readies, or like kind of like, you know, something like that. Like I'm looking for a bad girl, someone that's up for it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or a bad boy. You know, it's up to you. But like, I'm looking for someone like that's kind of like more rugged and ready, and like, or Eddie or Edmonds. Okay, so menstrual, is it? Menstrual blood. Love spell. Someone's doing sex magic. Someone's knocking at your door. Someone's banging at your back door. Someone is on their menstrual cycle, like they're it doesn't stop the feelings. That's the trouble. When people bleed like this, they're kind of like, oh man, it's just making me want it even more. So it's kind of like, well, I'm sorry, Dave, but you can't have it this week because I'm on my menstrual cycle. And you're kind of like, well, you can't. I can. So it's kind of like, oh. So someone's bleeding here. Bleeding hearts column or Colin. But like, I'm definitely picking up where it's kind of like, I'm getting really fucking angry because I'm on my period. And I'm going to rip someone's head off in a minute here. So calm down, ladies, right? Men don't get them, okay? So they're never going to understand. But that's probably what you tell them. Oh, you just don't understand. Don't do that. Okay? We can't help it if men are more superior, can we now? Sure. I'm behind the screen. I'm only kidding, ladies. But you've got this like trouble ahead waiting. Like, so let's see. Bursting out the receipts. Well, that's basically just going over things. Who is that? Yeah, 9. Could be a Leo. Could be a Leo Virgo. Life path 9 Virgo. Someone that's kind of going through all of their receipts and looking at how can I afford more, because this would also be money, alcohol and drink. Okay, and it would relate to health. Healthy spending or unhealthy spending. Am I spending a hell of a lot of money and I need to close down a little bit? Or do I need to open up the reins and spend a little bit? It's kind of like that when it comes to about money with the 9 of Cups. But it would be analysing. If you got Virgo placement, Virgos, man, if y'all know a Virgo that's really good at researching, they would research the hell out of everything. They would go through all the fine details of all of the money spent, and they would love going on a phone or a computer doing research for you. If you kind of like, look, I've got a bit of a problem and a query. I can't quite figure this out. I'm not very good with like finances and money, trying to find out information that I want. They'd be brilliant. They'd be like straight on their phone, straight on the computer, coming up with like loads of information for you. So I always say Virgos are brilliant at researching. So that's kind of like this person here could just be generally going through what they've spent, the money and stuff like that, whether that's helping out a person. Okay. Miserable as fuck. Who is this that is miserable as fuck? Or they're just a shit fuck. I don't know. But Scorpios are not normally shit in bed here. Has someone physically actually shit the bed here? Like, shit the bed? I don't know, but miserable as fuck because you're not opening up. You're like, you won't let me go, you won't let me do anything, you won't let me say anything, you're just like miserable, you're blocking me out, you're not allowing me in. Like I said, if someone's been huffing and puffing on your chump pipe and they're trying to get back in and you're kind of like, no, I don't want you back in my life. That's someone that doesn't want this person back in their life because they find them miserable. Okay, I see you as more of a pain in the arse than I do a person that adds any kind of clarity to me. Okay, sorry if you are on the back ender of that one. Okay, shit on them. What's that? Shit on them. So you got family. Could be family. Could be like where Really? Why does that one show bed? Don't know. Miserable as fuck. So you could just have a miserable as fuck family member. You're just miserable. You're always complaining. You're always blaming. Don't you just hate people that always blame? Every single time they blame you. Like it's just one after the other. Before you know it, bam, they're off. And it's a projection of something that you're doing wrong. You are doing this. You don't speak. You don't blah 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 blah. And people like that, they just don't get it. They really don't. Like they don't, Dave. They don't get why it is that you don't stay around long enough to listen to me. But they complain that you don't speak enough. And then when you do, you speak to them and they don't listen. And then they speak, and then it just takes a couple of seconds for the person to start blaming you because you don't want to listen to negative shit. And then you're kind of like, well, I'm so sick to death of listening to this. I'm bored. I am literally bored listening to you because we're not on the same page. We're not on the same book or planet. And we don't get on. And when you talk, I lose interest. And then when I walk off and don't open up the lines of communication, you wonder physically why I don't. Right? It's like that, right? And it's mainly in families or married couples. Okay, you could see it as a reflection of what goes on in your parents' love life here. Okay, my parents were the same. They took their corners. Like one was living there, and one was, same house, but just like different quarters of the house. Just couldn't get through to one another. And it was because mainly there was so much bitching, complaining, and moaning that you don't do, instead of all of the congratulating the person on how much you actually do bring into my life that fulfills me. I'd rather concentrate on all the things that you don't do. So what makes you think I want to listen? Well, you're supposed to. We're family. No, not by a chance, If I'm a tarot card reader and you're a rocket scientist and I've got fucking no idea about rockets, why the fuck do I want to talk about Lucy Lockett? Why do I want to talk about that? Like, let's talk about sex, baby. Well, I'm not interested in it. Okay, then don't. Let's talk about sex, baby. Yeah, okay, let's get it on. You've got to have something in common that, Jarvis, Cocker, Frost. Let's see, Trouble nicknamed you. Bad girl. Tension. I'm getting attention from someone. Okay, someone's drawing in someone's attention here. Menstrual blood spell, love spell. Could be an Aquarian or a Leo that's trying to do some sort of, or is doing some sort of like law of attraction love wank or something, banking on something happening here. Because this is like I'm trying to call someone in, right? I'm wishing on a star. I'm where you are. I'm wishing on a rainbow. Eight of Cups. King of Cups, you see? Someone's dripping here. They want this person here, or they're with this person. I can't tell you whether you're with someone or not here. More so on Patreon. But like I said, someone wants this energy. They're intrigued by the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They're intrigued about this energy, right? But they could also be getting really pissed off that they can't control the king. If you, like I said, if you're in a masculine, very masculine person and you can't control the king because they walk off from you and don't pay any attention, it's because of the amount of blame. This is also in the family. Okay, I'm a King of Cups. I don't get emotionally involved. Okay, or I don't want to get emotionally involved. But if it goes on in family, why do you turn your back and walk off from me and not speak to me? Why is that? Because you blame. Because you constantly blame me. So I'm just going to get on my life and do me, boo, and you just do you. Okay, but I'm going to stay out your way because you don't get it. When I speak to you, you don't listen anyway. You keep trying to force me to talk to you, but when I do, you don't listen because you just fly off the handle, and before you know it, you're talking about something negative, and then your temper gets the better of you, and then you start blaming, and I don't want to listen to that. So I'm not bothered. You do what you do, and then it makes the person possibly more angry, the fact that they see this person as non-committal, that they won't stay around long enough to be blamed. Okay, to be held accountable for anything. I could blame you for fucking anything I want. I could always get into an argument and say, it's because it's you. Okay, I'll just close down even more then and not give you any attention. Because it's... Okay, keep doing that, see if it works. Has it ever, Trevor? No? Okay, I'll just still not pay any attention to you. Okay, so you kind of got that vibe, but I think a lot of that is coming through in your environment, like this reading says, of family. Okay, now you did have channeled stuff. You did have whatever we did yesterday that was channeled. These two, this one and that one, is free. Now, if you really want to help me out, okay, for Patreon is provided below. And your readings, all 12 star signs, are pretty much done before anything on here comes out free. I'm going to have to start segregating the two lots now, because I've been so worried about people that are not getting readings that are all star signs that are doing that bad, that my algorithm, I've got to start looking at my algorithm. My algorithm of YouTube is telling me, if you keep doing these bad readings, we're just not going to be able to put the good readings out on the algorithm to make you do better. So at the moment, like I said, if you're really wanting a reading and it isn't coming out as a star sign, this is not Leo, because you guys always do really well with the likes, the shares, the comments and everything else, okay? But anybody else is cross-watching and your star signs are not coming out, they're two separate now. Patreon, always, all 12 star signs, always over there. Full extended readings, full readings, different cards, different love, feelings, emotions, who's coming in, metaphysical, exes, arguments, what they think, what they feel, what their intentions, what's in the dark, what they're hiding. All that sort of stuff is Patreon, okay? You can find that link provided below. So your reading was already done. It is out, okay, for your weekly reading, and whatever comes out on here comes out on here, okay? But you can find that link below, but you need the silver or the gold tier. Gold tier has all teaching stuff. Weekly's, monthly's silver, weekly's, monthly's gold, but also teaching, okay? Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate it, Leo. All links are provided below. Give us a like. Thanks very much. See you later.